Hello, YouTube. It's been a second, been a minute. I have been super duper busy, as usual. You guys know me. I come on, I come off. I'm always disappearing on y'all. But I got an inbox with a video over on Instagram, and I wanted to come on and just share my thoughts about this topic real quick because one of my girlfriends sent me the video from Plies, and it's saying, he has a question. His question is, why do people want the person who doesn't want them? And my girlfriend said, you need to do a video on this because this is a really, really great topic. And she said, and you got the answer for this. She says, I've always heard you, have the answer to this. Why do people not want the person who wants them? Why do they always want the person who doesn't want them? Why do we want the person who doesn't want us? Hey, Terry. Hi, sweetheart. And so my iPhone's over here thinking I'm talking to her. So one of the things that I want to say is that, first of all, one of the trickiest parts about being a human being and being on this earthly plane, this manifestation of this physical experience as a human being having, a human experience, is that we tend to be very driven by ego. Thank you, sweetheart. We tend to be very driven by ego. I mean, like, even when you don't think you're being driven by ego, you're driven by ego. By default, your ego is in the driver's seat of your life, by default. Unless you are specifically, literally investing and intentionally laying down your ego like every day. I mean, like surrendering your ego constantly. You are going to be walking around being driven by this internal push that your mind and your ego has to be fulfilled. And the ego is constantly looking for validation. It's constantly looking to say, I'm okay, I'm good, I'm great, I'm wonderful. In other words, the ego is seeking validation. And when it comes to why do people want the people who don't want them, it is so driven by ego. It's so driven by ego. It is driven by that need to be wanted. And it doesn't matter when you don't want them. It's the way that it works is when they don't want you. All of a sudden, they become so much more attractive when they don't want you. Ego and pride are very similar, Cynthia. Very similar. But ego is like a side of our nature that unless you are aligned with spirit, unless you're aligned with love, and when I'm speaking of love in this perspective, I'm talking about divine love, eternal love, agape love, right? The problem is that when the ego is in the driver's seat, the ego is saying, we need this, we deserve that. It's not about really who makes you your best, who is perfectly aligned and compatible with you, for who you are and where you're going, who God created you to be. All of that goes out the window. We start chasing lust, we start chasing validation, we start chasing the very thing, right, that isn't typically good for us, and the people that don't want us, which is the biggest struggle, honestly, that people have with dating. Like Plies is like saying, he's like this, he posted on his Instagram and said, this is my question. And he's like, I honestly don't have the answer for this, for why people do this. And my answer for you, Plies, and for everyone listening is that it's ego. It's ego. It's part of the human nature that you want whatever doesn't want you. It's that scripture, I believe it was Paul who said that I do what I shouldn't do. That which I should do, I don't. And that which I shouldn't be doing, that's the very thing that I do. That's ego. That is the self-sabotaging aspect of the egotistic nature of humans. That, and a lot of the time what happens is that it's not until, hopefully, as you're getting older and more mature and more wise, that you begin to realize that your peace, balance, right? It's not caught up in feeding the ego with all of these expectations and the list of things that you think you have to have, or what's so important that becomes so not important as you get a little older. But the problem is that you can waste so many years of your life chasing after things that don't want you. Chasing after things that don't want you. Chasing after women who don't want you. Chasing after men who don't want you. Chasing after certain challenges, certain professions, certain businesses, listen, there's certain things that are for you, and there's certain things that are not for you. And a lot of it has to do, you guys, with a lot of pressure to fit in, a lot of pressure to be accepted, a lot of pressure that society puts on you to look a certain way, be a certain way, be this by a certain age, look like this, walk like this, talk like this, live like this. This is the epitome of success. This is what you should esteem to be. This is the standards. Versus if you were to get aligned with God and get still, let go of ego, surrender to divine love, peace, and balance, and come into who you are. People who come into who they are, they don't care what you think. I don't care what you think about Carrie Pope. I don't care what you think about me, because I know who I am. I know what makes Carrie Pope doesn't have to make any of you happy. You could sit back and say, oh, he's not good enough for her, or he's too good for her, or he's this, or he's that. Your opinions don't matter, not one little bit. Because at the end of the day, it's about what I know is a fit for me, my life, my destiny, my purpose, my gifts, my happiness, my joy. If I'm happy, my needs are met, and he helps me to be better, and I help him to be better, we've got an inside arrangement. We've got a mutual admiration society with a membership of 2. And that's all that matters. Because I don't care what y'all think about him, as long as I'm happy. As long as I'm happy, right? The problem comes in, guys, is when you trying to worry about your mama and them and what they gonna say, and what Ray and your cousin and them gonna say, and what your auntie think about somebody, and your dude, as a man, you worrying about what your dude's gonna say and what your friend's gonna say, and is she bad enough? Is she hot enough? Is she this enough? None of that stuff matters. None of it matters, because at the end of the day, you're the one who lays down with them, goes to sleep, has sex with them, eats with them, spends your life with them. Not the nobody's around when you going through. Nobody's around when you're going through. Naya says, what advice would you give me as young women? Young women, pay attention to who's good to you. Pay attention to who treats you well. Stop running behind people because they got an image, because they've got a representative, because of the car they drive, because of all that image and fake and phony stuff that can come and go. Pay attention to who is good to you. Pay attention to who is your best friend, who's there for you when the times get tough. Pay attention to who loves you and prays for you and lifts you up and supports you. Best friend. Very best relationships in the world are with best friends. Your best friend. Carrie Pope is my best friend. Knows me inside and out, up, down. Why do people want to be with the people who don't want to be with them? Because your ego is saying that's what you deserve. Because your ego is saying that's what's a match for you. Because your ego is saying that's what will impress other people. Because your ego is saying, oh, together we're that it couple. We're a power couple. We can put hashtag goals on our pictures on Instagram like these other couples you see. Image, ego, fronting, faking, trying to be something you're not, trying to level up by who you're trying to be with, versus being yourself and being happy with yourself, and then being with someone who complements that personal joy, personal peace, personal love, personal happiness. Most people don't know themselves. Most people aren't happy with themselves. And if you are not happy with yourself, you're forever going to be chasing somebody trying to fill a void in you that only you and God can fill. They can't fill it. You're looking for something outside of yourself that nobody else can give you. Nobody else can heal the pain. Nobody else can make you feel worthy. Nobody else can make you feel good about yourself. Those are just fleeting moments of infatuation, fleeting moments of lust, fleeting feel-good moments when someone gives you a compliment. That is all fleeting. At the end of the day, you have got to get to a place where you love yourself. You love yourself. You love who God created you to be. You know your innate divine nature is infallible. You love you and who God created you to be. You love the God inside of you. You recognize who you are and how wonderful and fabulous. And until you meet somebody that matches with that you can share that with someone. But are you going to chase somebody who doesn't want you? Listen, no. Men, no. Men, don't play the male and female game with me today. No, it's ego. That has no gender. It's no gender. Men constantly chase women that don't want them. And then their butt hurt and going MGTOW and all women are bitches and women are hoes and women are gold diggers and women are, you get hurt because you keep chasing the wrong women, but then it's all women that you got a problem with now. I see it. I don't comment on it very much, but I know a lot of the MGTOW men going their own way, and a lot of the men follow me because of one video I made. And listen, if y'all want, y'all will get your feelings hurt talking to me about that crap. Can you imagine if I got butt hurt by one dude who didn't want me or didn't like me or dumped me or mistreated me, and now I give up on a whole gender? I give up on men. I just give up on men completely because one dude treated me bad or two dudes treated me bad, and I didn't learn the lesson that these type of people ain't good for me. This type of dude dogs me out. This type of dude's no good for me. So I'm going to just give up on all men instead. And then I would have never met Carrie. Then I would have never met my soulmate. Then I would have never, I mean, come on. To me, it's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Because you went after one type of woman, and then you want to say all women are like this. Oh, hypergamy, oh this, all that. I don't know what kind of women y'all dudes be chasing, but that's not my friends. That's not the women I know. That's not my girlfriends. That's not me. You listen, I'm going to tell you like this, dudes. If you trying to just literally give up on all females because you had a couple bad experiences chasing some chicks who didn't like you, and it's as simple as that. They just didn't like you like that. But we all have to deal with that. Everybody deals with that. I don't care who you are. Everybody's not going to love you. You're not everybody's cup of tea. Everyone's not crazy about you. You could be the baddest thing walking, honey, but somebody ain't, you're like, she all right. He all right. You're not everyone's cup of tea. Everybody has preferences. The problem is men do this and women do it too. Then they internalize it, low self-esteem kicks in, low confidence kicks in, and but now instead of you getting that healed up and dealing with the low self-esteem and low confidence caused by a couple bad experiences, get yourself in some therapy, get yourself some books to grow your confidence, learn how to change how you see yourself and grow your confidence. Instead of doing that, you just want to write off a whole gender. Women ain't shit, excuse my language, women ain't blah blah blah. and I'm done. Women ain't no good. They ain't no good. I'll just use them for sex, but I'm never going to get married. I'm never going to be in a relationship. I'll just play these games, blah, 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 and still end up getting hurt. Versus the reality of there's a lot of really good women in the world, just like me. There's a lot of really good women out here, a lot of really good men out here, but y'all keep chasing the wrong ones. Y'all friend zoning the people you should be in relationships with. Y'all friend zoning because of the ego and chasing the very things that don't want you. I had enough experience dating guys. When I met Carrie Pope, I was like, whoop, boom, chicka, boom, boom. Hey, I recognized a good thing. You better be able to recognize sunshine when the sun starts shining. You better be able to have enough experiences and learn from those experiences to say, I ain't going to be going chasing nobody that don't want me. I ain't chasing nobody and nothing, because if it's running from you and it ain't treating you right and it don't want you, it's not from God. And I don't want nothing that's not from God. If it is not from God, it ain't for me. I ain't chasing behind. I don't care what you got. I don't care what you look like. I don't care how you made me feel one moment, but then you switch up and treat me like crap the next. I ain't going to keep chasing you to chase the feeling, to try to get you to treat me good like you did the one time, because what happened? Why, oh, you're a narcissist. You were just love bombing me. You ain't got to love bomb me more than once or twice. You love bomb me and then switch it up and you're not being consistent. I'm out. I'm out. I don't care why you switched up. I don't care. I'm out. This is about living your best life and finding people that add to the joy and peace and love and wonderfulness that is your life. The problem with most people is they're not happy. They haven't taken the time to cultivate their own healing, cultivate your own abundant life, cultivate everything that you want to do with this life that God has been given. You have a wonderful opportunity to live life every single day. Get up, make the most of it, go after your dreams. And then when somebody comes along that's just like, dang, you're really awesome, you add to my peace. You don't distract me from what God has called me to do. You add to my joy. You add. Please monetize your what? What do you want me to monetize, Erica? I'm just saying, y'all. I met Carrie. Let me tell you something. I'm a workaholic, guys. I met Carrie Pope. I'll never forget the first couple of weeks that I met Carrie. Every single time I would go around Carrie Pope, we could just be sitting in the car talking. We go on a date. After the date, I would get sleepy. Guys, I would fall asleep on Carrie constantly, like the first couple months I met him. I'm like, why am I always so tired around him? I was so tired physically, guys, from grinding, growing businesses, working so hard. Oh, monetize my videos so people can leave blessings. Okay, I'll put my little PayPal thing on there. Thank you, Erica. But yeah, I was so tired in my spirit. I was mentally and spiritually tired, you guys. I was always just grinding and working so hard. I would get around Carrie Pope and I would just fall asleep. And one day I was like, this man is my peace. This man is peace for me. There's sometimes you only rest around peaceful people, like deep rest. Listen. That man was peace. I fell in love with his peace. I fell in love with his heart. I fell in love with just the peace and balance. That's that spirit of God that's hard to even explain. Like, man, woo. I'd be waking up from naps like, dang, what happened? I just fell out on you. I'm so sorry. And he would just let me sleep. He would just let me sleep. He knew in his spirit that I needed rest. Anyway, y'all know what I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all know what I'm trying to tell you. Find someone who's peace. They're not bringing drama and craziness to your life. They're adding to it. Then you'll stop chasing all these people. Stop chasing people who don't want you. And then you need to ask yourself, why are you chasing behind somebody that don't want you? Why? pain, unhealed pain, toxic thinking, limited thinking, faulty core beliefs. I'm telling you, there's something wrong with you if you're chasing behind people who don't want you. If you keep calling the dude that don't call you back, if you keep texting the girl who ain't calling you back, your ego's in the driver's seat and you're driving from a place of pain, looking for validation, wanting the very people who don't want you. The fact that they're not responding means they don't want you. People who want you are responding. People who want you are on it. What you doing? Where you at? When can I see you again? They're not avoiding you. They make you a priority. That's beautiful, Robert. I found my peace in a wonderful woman who we knew from each other from high school. That is so sweet. All right, I gotta run. I'm going into an appointment. I love you guys. I just wanted to come on because I just love that video from Plies. He's like, I just don't understand. I've seen it from, he was saying he's seen this from the time he was young. People always chasing behind people that don't want them. That's my explanation, guys. And if you find yourself doing it, you need to check yourself. Check yourself. Check yourself. And sometimes ain't consistent. If they sometimes respond and nah, I'm not a sometimey chick. I need consistency. You either really crazy about me and want to be with me and I am everything to you, or we nothing. Stop settling for mediocre. Stop settling for people that you're just an option. You're not a priority. If somebody's treating you like an option, just option them right up on out of your life. You are crucial. You're amazing. You are somebody's blessing. Stop settling for anything less than that in how people treat you. And that's not just romantic in relationships and entanglements. That is friends, family, everybody. You are amazing. You're crucial. You're not going to be that to everyone. You're not everybody. God doesn't give everybody the eyes to see that. Everyone's not going to see your worth and your value. But I'll tell you what you can do for people who don't. Deuces. Deuces. Gotta go. All right. I love you guys. I just wanted to come on and listen, entanglements. I need to do a video on entanglements. I gotta come on and do this more often, just even if I'm coming on real quick, because I have so much to always share. But I love you guys. Talk to you soon. Blessings in abundance. Tune in the morning. Carrie will be on with the Sunday live stream. He's doing another live one here on YouTube, 10 o'clock tomorrow morning Eastern time. All right, guys. Love you. Bye-bye.